Hey YouTube, how's everyone doing tonight? Probably watching the Ohio State Syracuse game as I'm doing right now with the mute button on, because I really want to pay attention to you guys, let you guys in on what I'm going to be talking about with this one tonight. I'm wearing a whole bunch of bodybuilding.com stuff today. It's been a pretty chill day. Just getting a lot of work done, going to the gym, stuff like that. As you can tell by the shirt down there, you see. Moving on. This video, another one of my friend's suggestions from Facebook that I usually post up to his wall, and he comments back on. And this one I really like because it's something that I really like to talk about. Definitely one of my favorite groups of cars out there today, bar none. Like, give me almost every single one in the stable and I'd be set for life. And we're just going to get right into it. Mercedes AMG division. Now, some of you are probably thinking, why would you bother with that? I mean, at the end of the day, all that is a Mercedes with a little bit of body kit here and there and a big engine. It's like pretty much a German muscle car. Yeah, wouldn't you want that too? I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like they're not sacrificing the luxury that Mercedes-Benz already gives you. Instead, what they're doing is just firming up your suspension, giving you a little bit of a harder ride, and giving you a little bit of power. Now, I know I said in the previous video that I don't really have experience with SUVs and stuff like that of that nature, but I actually unintentionally do have some experience in AMGs, and I will say that the power it's real, even from your little regular C63 all the way up to something as big and luxurious as a CL63. The power is great. The exhaust noise. Oh, I'm getting dizzy just thinking about it, because it's just loud, raw, and just exhilarating noise whenever your right foot hits that pedal. It's like you just want to do it again and again and again and again. And that's in any engine form, whether it's in the C63's 6.3 liter or naturally aspirated 6.3 liter I may mention, and the new engines that are in every other AMG out there, the 5.5 liter bi-turbo V8s. The 6.3 liter is also a V8 if I didn't mention that before. But both of them are just very powerful and very fun to drive. I mean, they make almost every single one of their cars almost AMGs. I mean, you've got the little baby SLK 55, which is a little bit different. It has a AMG engine, but instead of being a naturally aspirated 6.3 or a bi-turbo 5.5, because the car's so little, it's a naturally aspirated 5.5 liter V8, which still gets the job done considering the size of the car. And you have the C63, the one with the 6.3 liter V8. There's a 2-door or a 4-door version. There's also the Black Series coming stateside in the next couple of months, actually. You'll probably start seeing maybe one or two of them on the road if you get lucky. Especially if you're going to the auto show in New York next month, you'll definitely see that. Dead giveaway New Jersey, New York area. We'll definitely be able to see that. If you haven't seen it already, trust me, it's wild. Top Gear did a video on it, pretty good. Then there's the middle one in the group, the E63. That's when you start seeing the bi-turbo engines. You get the CLS, which also has a bi-turbo engine. It's like the 4-door coupe, in case you didn't really know about that. Then you got the CL version in the 63 and the 65 version. 65 versions are only in the CL, the S, and the SL. Those are V12 bi-turbo engines, which are producing. Actually, they just announced the SL65 will be at New York also. 630 horsepower from a V12 bi-turbo engine. The S65 has S65 will eventually have the same, and so will the CL65. The CL63, the S63, and the SL63 all have bi-turbo V8s. Then, as I mentioned in the other video, you have the ML63, which is also going to have the bi-turbo V8s, and it's an SUV. Pretty fast for an SUV if you really are interested in that. And very, very powerful engines. All the noise they make. I mean, it's a turbo. Those are turbo engines, and if you've heard 6.3s, you probably think the 5.5 is a little bit softer, and I'll agree with that. I've heard and driven both. The 5.5 does sound a little bit softer, but you really wouldn't expect it to be as loud as it still is. They kind of really still the engine found some way to still somewhat keep the loud noise that it makes, despite adding the turbos. We all know turbo engines really aren't that loud, but these AMG engines they just sound so amazing. I mean, and also on top of that, you really don't lose the luxury that you get from the C-Class, E-Class, any of the other AMGs. I mean, you can go to the drag strip if you want to in the CL65, put your cooled seats in the summertime, put your cooled seats on, have the massage function on, and still be able to fly down the drag strip from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. I mean, and then there's the one that AMG made all by themselves, the SLS. The SLS is a monster. Oh, by the way, the SLS is the only other car besides the C to have the 6.3 liter naturally aspirated engine, but it's a lot more tuned in the SLS in its coupe and roadster form than it is in the C63. Definitely, C63. I know you could probably tune it to get the 563 horsepower that the SLS gets. Probably not for Mercedes. They only let you go to 500 in the Black Series, but 563 horsepower in that little of a car is probably a rocket. Leave that up to Brabus. I'll leave that to Brabus to figure that out. I believe the Brabus Bullet, it's up to like 700, 800 horsepower. Brabus takes what Mercedes and AMG does and just pretty much says we can make it even more powerful and insane. But regardless, and then I haven't even really talked about the torque. You're talking with the performance package increases. You're probably in the bi-turbo engine. You're talking 500 and about 90 feet of torque. 590 feet of torque. That's a lot coming from an engine coming from these type of rear-wheel drive cars. All that probably does make for a lot of tire smoke, but it also makes for some very, very, very powerful and very, very quick launches. Despite the cars in some instances being heavy. Mercedes and AMG are both taking methods to definitely make these cars lighter a little bit here and there, and it is helping, and I'm glad they're doing it. And either way, they're not really sacrificing much. They're still keeping everything together, and it's just AMGs are honestly amazing. Like, just give me one in any form and pretty much set. They're just awesome. I made the mistake of test driving one, and they're just awesome. Very, very awesome. There's just no other adjective for me to explain. I'll probably go for another, how far am I in 9 minutes? I could probably say awesome probably about another 100 times in another 9 minutes, because there's just really no other word to describe Mercedes AMG, and honestly, I'm just going to leave it at that, because I'll just keep rambling on and on, and just all I need is the cars, and I can give you a test drive and a documentary right here, right now, if I could. But I don't have that luxury, and I know you guys don't have that and I know you guys really don't have that kind of time yet, or in your hands, or now even. But it is what it is. So I'm just gonna end it here. Look out for the next video. Like I said, this is the second one. This is the second one of the 3 that I'm trying to do all at the same time. I'll get that out to you guys like as soon as possible. This one, I'll get the SUV video out first though. This one will be after that, and then I got the next video topic, which is to be determined. I haven't really thought about that yet. We'll definitely do that. Please subscribe, like, comment, post to your friends' Facebooks or Twitters, whatever you feel is necessary. I actually probably need to start putting my Twitter down there. Put Twitter down there in the description. You can follow me there, or you can follow me on Twitter. Matter of fact, I'll give you guys the handle now. It's at OriginalKevB. Definitely follow me. I'll follow back. And until then, have a great week and take care.